The Second Congo War, also known as Africa's World War, the Great War of Africa, or the Great African War, began in the Democratic Republic of the Congo on the 2nd of August 1998 to the 18th of July 2003. It was one of the deadliest conflicts since World War II, involving multiple African nations and resulting in millions of deaths. The war primarily took place in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, but had far-reaching effects across the region. In order to simplify the process, we are going to divide this video into 4 parts. Here's an overview of the conflict. 1. Background and causes. The Rwandan genocide and aftermath. The 1994 Rwandan genocide, in which Hutu extremists killed an estimated 800,000 Tutsis, played a key role in setting the stage for the conflict. After the genocide, the Tutsi-led Rwandan Patriotic Front RPF took control of Rwanda, and many Hutu extremists fled to eastern Zaire, now DRC. These Hutu militias began launching attacks into Rwanda, prompting the RPF to invade Zaire in 1996. Another cause was the First Congo War, 1996 to 1997. The First Congo War saw the overthrow of the long-time dictator Mobutu Sese Seko by a coalition of rebel groups backed by Rwanda and Uganda, with Laurent Désiré Kabila becoming the new president of the country, renamed the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Later, tensions between Kabila and his former allies, Rwanda and Uganda, quickly emerged. To diminish the impression that Rwanda held influence over the Congolese government, Kabila denied claims that Rwanda had been responsible for winning the war and placing him in power. Kabila expelled Rwandan and Ugandan forces from the DRC in 1998, triggering the Second Congo War as Rwanda and Uganda, along with Congolese rebel groups, launched a new invasion to overthrow him. 2. Major participants. The war involved 9 African countries and numerous armed groups. On one side was allies of the DRC government, Angola, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Chad, and Sudan, who supported Laurent Kabila's government. On the other side was the rebel groups and their backers. The main rebel groups were the Rally for Congolese Democracy RCD and the Movement for the Liberation of Congo MLC, backed by Rwanda and Uganda respectively. Other countries like Burundi, Libya, and several other African nations were involved to varying degrees, either supporting one side or pursuing their own interests in the region. 3. Progression of the war. The war began in August 1998 with a rapid advance by Rwandan and Ugandan forces, who captured large parts of eastern DRC. However, the involvement of Angola, Zimbabwe, and Namibia on Kabila's side turned the conflict into a regional war. The war soon reached a stalemate, with the country effectively divided into zones controlled by different factions. The conflict was marked by brutal violence against civilians, widespread displacement, and severe human rights abuses. The war was also fueled by the exploitation of the DRC's rich natural resources, including minerals like diamonds, gold, copper, cobalt, tin, tantalum, and lithium. Both foreign armies and rebel groups engaged in illegal mining and resource extraction to fund their operations. The war caused an estimated 5.4 million deaths from the battlefields, diseases, and starvation, making it one of the deadliest conflicts in modern history. 4. Resolution and aftermath. Several peace agreements were signed during the war, including the Lusaka ceasefire agreement in 1999. But fighting continued. A major breakthrough came with the Sun City Agreement in 2002 and the Pretoria Accord in 2023, which led to the withdrawal of foreign troops and the establishment of a transitional government in the DRC. The war officially ended in 2003 with the formation of a transitional government that included representatives from the main rebel groups. However, fighting continued in some parts of the country, particularly in the east, where armed groups remained active. The war left the DRC devastated, with millions dead and the country's infrastructure in ruins. The conflict also had lasting impacts on the entire region, leading to instability and further conflicts in neighboring countries like Rwanda, Uganda, and Burundi. The Second Congo War is often called Africa's World War due to the involvement of so many nations and the massive scale of the conflict. It highlighted the complex interplay of local, national, and international factors in African conflicts, including ethnic tensions, resource exploitation, and the legacy of colonialism. The DRC remains affected by the consequences of this war, with ongoing violence, political instability, and humanitarian challenges.